Have you ever noticed how similar businesses often bunch together? Think about fast food restaurants or clothing stores in a mall. You might expect them to spread out to reach more customers, but that's not always the case. There's a fascinating economic theory that explains this phenomenon: hotelling's model of spatial competition. Imagine a sunny beach with two ice cream vendors. Where should they position themselves to sell the most ice cream? It seems logical that they would want to divide the beach in half, right? This way, each vendor is closest to half of the potential customers. This intuitive solution is actually the socially optimal one. If the vendors were primarily concerned with minimizing the distance customers have to walk, they would set up shop at the 1/4 and 3/4 points along the beach. This way, no one would have to walk more than 1/4 of the beach's length to buy a delicious ice cream cone. This arrangement ensures that everyone gets their ice cream fix with minimal effort, maximizing customer satisfaction. However, in the real world, things don't always work out so neatly. Now let's introduce a bit of competition. Imagine our ice cream vendors are driven by profit and want to sell as much as possible. If one vendor notices the other is attracting more customers, they have a strong incentive to move closer to the center. Why? Because by shifting their position, they can potentially capture some of their competitors' market share. This creates a back-and-forth dynamic where each vendor tries to outmaneuver the other. Eventually, they both end up clustered together right in the middle of the beach. This point, where neither vendor can improve their position by moving, is called the Nash equilibrium. While this might seem like the end of the story, it's important to remember that the real world is far more complex than a simple model. In reality, businesses compete on more than just location. They use marketing campaigns, introduce new products, and adjust their pricing to attract customers. The ice cream vendor dilemma highlights a fundamental tension between what's best for businesses and what's best for consumers. While clustering might be a rational strategy for individual businesses, it often leads to a less convenient and potentially more expensive experience for customers. So, the next time you see a cluster of similar businesses, remember the ice cream vendors on the beach and the invisible forces of competition at play.